tastes of memory. Tears make us rust. How could you love me? I ain't done nothing. My wounds are my prayers. I'm suckling fear.
Hello and welcome to today's show. It's with bittersweetness that I come to you this Saturday because of situations that happened earlier in the week, and I just felt as though I should just start out just a little bit more mellow. Something tragic happened on Monday of this week. We lost 6 children due to a bus crash, and it's just still with me. It's still lingering in my spirit and on my mind. So I just wanted to start the show a little bit different today, and just continue to lift those families that has suffered this tragic loss. Keep them lifted up in prayers because they need that more than anything. I think right now is for people just to pray for them to have strength and to be strong. And I know that that's hard because it's easier said than done when you're not the one going through the trial. But I just wanted to make sure that I mentioned that and to dedicate this show to those children and those families that have suffered this week. Also, the show may sound a little bit different because for some reason the app to the show wasn't working, so I am broadcasting live from my computer, and the sound quality is not that great, but hopefully we can make it through today's show without any more glitches. And having said that, let's move right along. But before I give the title and the topic of the show, I just want to give out these URLs. The first one is, of course, to my Spreaker account, and that is https://www.spreaker.com/user/Dr. Vivian Moore. And also, if you want to check me out on my social media, that is https://www.facebook.com/Vivian Moore. And also my Twitter handle is gossipproperty46. And if you want to check me out on Instagram, that is https://instagram.com/gossipproperty51. Okay, and if you want to drop me an email, please feel free to do that also. My email address is vivianemore@icloud.com. All right, so now let's get on to today's show. The title is "You Have Not Because You Ask Not," and the topic is hesitancy in soliciting help. It's a common fact that we all suffer from the hesitancy of asking for assistance. Everyone requires help at some point in time. Throughout our life, or in this case, writing career, I know reaching out for aid it's not always an easy task, but it's okay. Even the best writers at one point in their careers sought tips on how to progress when they reach the end of their wits too. With so many useful writing tools and advice accessible everywhere on the web, it is insane to ignore that help is at every turn. All you have to do is click and read. Whatever you stand in the need of, it's already accessible to you. It's not hard, folks, and there's nothing wrong with seeking advice that's readily available for use. Me, just like you, when I first started writing, read just about every tip that hit the internet. And times were much different then. And the resources for help were limited also. Mostly chat rooms existed, but they were the most likely place that you would find the information needed. Unlike now, especially if you are an avid participant on social media, not only those networks, but Google is a very useful search engine for seeking advice also. Now, let's talk a minute about what you might stand in the need of. If it's formatting a document for a novel, which font you should use, or spacing, all of this is only a keystroke away, especially character development. Names, historical sites, punctuation, grammar, style, and just general information. These are things I highly suggest you seek out. However, when it comes to writing or creating the story, this is where I draw the line. Personally, I believe that no one can tell you how to create what comes from the imagination. Creative writing is a lot like when you were in elementary school and everyone had to present a project for show and tell. Instead of telling, you must show, using the capability of your thoughts. But I do recommend any useful tips that help with effective writing. And what I mean by this is, well, I'm going to tell you. First of all, I did my research today, and this is what I came up with. Basically, I came up with 21 harsh but eye-opening writing tips, and these tips came from great authors. Are you ready? All right, here we go. The first one is the first draft of everything is crap, and the crap is not what he said, but I just substituted the word because I thought it was more appropriate for radio. But anyway, this came from Ernest Hemingway. He said that. And number 2, never use jargon words like reconceptualize or demassification. And I quote, "They are hallmark of a pretentious ass." And this came from David Ogilvy. Now, this is number 3. Present them with the elements of style. Dorothy Parker said that. Number 4 is, practice, practice, practice. This is a paraphrase, of course, but the advice came from Paul Thoreau. What he actually said was, my advice to any young person who wants to write is to leave home. And, I'm not sure why he said that, but I guess, I don't know, for privacy's sake, I would imagine, I don't know, I'm not sure, but, those are his thoughts, not mine. But anyway, number 5 is from Harper Lee, and we all know who she is, of course. But anyway, she stated, anyone who aspires to a writing career before developing his or her talent is to develop a thick hide. They need to develop a thick hide. And I agree with her totally on that, because I've said that plenty of times before too. You have to have a thick skin to be in this business. So I totally agree with her. And number 6 is, if you don't have time to read, you don't have time or the tools to write. And it's as simple as that. And that came from Stephen King. And once again, I agree totally with him, because I've said that before as well. You have to read in order to write. And that just makes perfect sense to me. Okay, number 7 is, if writing seems hard, it's because it is hard. It's one of the hardest things people do. And this came from William Zentzer. Okay, number 8 is, I'm going to just put this on, put the show on hold just for 1 second. I just need you to